Hello! You are going to join me at my favorite Goodwill. The first thing that I spied were these stationery cards that has a corgi on it, a Pembroke Welsh corgi, I believe, because it has the tail. And I also found this handmade wooden box. It says Done by Dawn. One time I believe Jocelyn picked up some wooden figurines made by him because I remember seeing that signature before. And these green glass, Indiana glass pieces were on their front display. They have a display, a seasonal display towards the front of the store. And I thought those would be very pretty for St. Patrick's Day. The big plate is Indiana glass, and I'm guessing the smaller dish is as well. This was a pedestal dish with a lid on it. Looks like a tiny little sugar bowl, or maybe it was a dresser jar, not sure. And I almost got this Pier 1 giraffe mug. I have sold the monkey before, but this one unfortunately did have a chip somewhere on its ear or its face. Right there on the ear. And even though it was small and it was on the back, I thought about it, but I did end up putting it back on the shelf. There was some art. These kind of look like hippos, but you could tell it was obviously a student piece because they kind of were hippos, but kind of gargoyles. And then there were these 3 owls. I went to pick this one up, and then I realized that they had been glued at one time to that board. And then over here was some fairy garden things, but to me it looked like it was from the dollar store or from Walmart. They weren't vintage or anything, so I left those on the shelf. And then on an end cap, they had some Occupied Japan figurines. I did pick both of those figurines up. I am trying to get a large collection of Occupied Japan figurines, and then I'll sell the big lot because I feel that individual pieces don't sell as well. And then I thought this was really sweet, this panda bear. It has a thing for your tea inside of it, so it's an individual tea cup. There's the strainer thing. It has no chips or cracks, and the panda bears are very sweet. I'm checking everything out, making sure it's in great shape. It wasn't marked underneath the price tag, but I decided to take it with me. I don't see a lot of panda bear things around here. And here was a Yorkie mug. I thought that was very sweet. It was marked England, but there was just one, so I left that for somebody else. But then I did find another tray. Here is an Elite tray. So I decided to get that. And then I heard a little girl say, "Grandma, what is that?" And she said, "Don't touch it." And I turned and looked and I thought, well, I'm going to touch it. This is a puzzle lamp. And at the time I didn't know what it was. So I took a photo of it and Google lensed it, and puzzle lamps came up. And you can also YouTube how to make them. And so the one that I have has 36 pieces, I think, and it does work. It won't be shipped with the light bulb because then I can send it priority mail to you, but they're very interesting, and you can make them in all different kinds of patterns, and they come in different colors. The one I have happens to be all different colors. It's pretty neat and different. I'd never seen one before. After finding the lamp, on an end cap was this cute little mushroom. It looked like a birdhouse. It is missing the bottom, but I thought someone crafty can figure out how to use that in their garden or on their patio. It has a little hanging cord to it, so I decided to take that. And this is so weird. I know it's not real, but that's so weird. What a weird idea. And then here was a bag full of geese napkin rings, and none of them have any chips or cracks to their necks, which is a miracle. So I decided to take those with me because Easter is coming. This poor little penguin, every time Jenny comes with me, she's like, "Mama, look, the penguin's still here. Still doesn't have a face, still has lost its beak, but it is adorable." Someone is going to come in here and rescue the poor little thing. Could somehow rig a beak to it. And let's see. Oh, that was fine. It fell over, but the little bell, it was tough. There was no damage to it, but this is what caught my eye, this little guy. And then our girl, it's a little girl holding onto a hat. It's a vase. At first I thought it was a candle holder, and then I realized she is a vase. And then when I flipped the price tag back, there it is. See it? FF, Fits and Void. So I decided to take that with me. I thought that was very sweet. And then there were also these 2 plates. This is to Donald. You can see on the crib, this was Donald and this was Helen. And it had years on it. And then on the back of it, it had some information. It's a keepsake. I thought that was very sweet, but also kind of sad that Donald and Helen don't have them anymore. I think the next time I went into Goodwill, those were gone. So someone else has taken those, which is good. And then in the clear glass section, you never know what you'll find. Here was a little toothpick holder. And I didn't really find anything else. But then I turned around and I found this, let's see, this is called Song of the Golden Nile, and it's by the Franklin Mint. And it's an etching in sterling silver on copper, inlaid with 24-karat gold embellished with blue enamel. And I think it's neat. So I took it. And then I went to the toy aisle, and I thought this was neat. I have a loom. I have weaved or woven. I've used my loom. It's very relaxing. And I almost picked up these puzzles, but then I decided not to pick up the puzzles because I saw this little bag of VTech Go Smart animals, and they all work. And later you will hear how they all work. And it seems like they talk to each other when you turn them all on at the same time. And then I found this bag of little critters, and it turns out later these are Franklin Mint Woodland surprises. And this is what they usually go. They go inside something. So I just have the figurines. I don't have the outside parts. But I thought you would like to see what Woodland surprises are. And then by the Woodland Surprises was this wreath, and I was seeing if this figurine was vintage. And to me, on closer inspection, it didn't look vintage, old. So I left that there. It looked a little bit more contemporary. And then I'm seeing if there's anything else. And then the last thing I pick up was this really cool purse. That's really, really neat and bright. I like it. So here are the Legos that I currently have up for auction. These are the Legos that we got at that closeout, the storage locker closeout. And this is my dining room table. And it is full. These can all be yours for one money if you are the highest bidder. So they are amazing how many Legos we have. So I thought I would insert them in case there's some Harry Potter Lego fans out there who would like to win an auction from me. So here is what I have bought so far on this trip to Goodwill. You're going to join Jenny and me again after you see all of these things.
I'm a great big elephant, stomping here, stomping there. I'm Eleanor. Through the mud, up the hill, I will follow you anywhere. I'm a cow. I'm a dairy dog.
Makes you wonder why they got donated. I didn't realize they talked to each other, but I just was going to go down and push their little buttons on their heads, and then I realized, oh my gosh, they're talking to each other. All right, here's the rest of the things I found on this trip. Here is my collection of occupied Japan figurines that I was talking about earlier in the video. The little cow or dog and this little girl or boy are marked Japan, but the rest are all marked occupied Japan. So I'm getting quite the collection. All right, this is the same Goodwill, but a different day, and I brought Jenny with me, so she's my good luck charm. And look what I found. This is amazing. $2.99, vintage hobbyist piece. It is a soup tureen in the shape of a clamshell. It's amazing. I put it on the floor. Yes, I was checking for chips or cracks. I couldn't believe how amazing this is. I think this is terrific. I've never seen this before. And now you never have either. And then Jenny, in the meantime, while I was finding this epic soup tureen, she found peanuts, comic book, and a movie. I have sold this before. If it wasn't this particular pattern, it was very, very close to it. I'm trying to find a spot for the cup so it's safe so I could show you the plates, little luncheon plate. It's so sweet. Very nice with the flowers, but there was only, and there's the brand, nothing too crazy, but they had more plates and I only saw the one mug. So I left that there for somebody else, but very, very pretty, perfect for Easter and spring. Oh, wait, there's 2 mugs, sorry. But there were 3 plates. That's why I did leave that there. I could have gotten a 2 and 2, but I decided to leave that. And I thought these plates were interesting. Totally today. I think there were just probably 3 of those, but I thought that was interesting how the design was with the butterflies all the way around it. Here was a devil's egg dish. There we go. And then underneath it, I wanted to see what these plates were. And they were Church of the Brethren plates from a local town. And then I thought this bowl was pretty with the pattern on it. Isn't that pretty? But there was just the one. And then I thought, do those go in this corn thing? But that thing I'm holding on to looks like an acorn. So they have like 2 acorn salt shakers. But then the little stand says corn, like corn on the cob. So I was confused. So I just left it on the shelf. And I thought this was neat with this little gold fish. That would look pretty in a bathroom if you had a tropical themed bathroom. I don't show you the stopper, but it had a little glass stopper. And then these 3 dishes were more modern, more contemporary, so I left that there. I think someone had donated their flute collection because I saw this one and then I looked up on the end cap and there were more little figurines that were playing the flute. So I don't do a really great job of showing it because it's on the top and I feel like I grab people in the video, like I catch people on camera if I'm up high. So I'm bringing them down low so you can see. So there was that Goebel one. Here was a thimble. There were some other ones here. I bring them down, I think, to show you if they're really cool looking. Oh, these were kind of reminding me of the Goebel ones, but they were glazed, but they didn't have any markings on them. So I thought that was interesting that someone had a little flute collection. This looked like it was a lid. And then this little thing was cute. This one, the sticker, when I peeled it back, this is from Hallmark from 1978. So I did leave the rest behind and I ended up taking the first one that you saw because I thought she was super cute. Then there were these 2 mice and cheese hobbyist pieces, not the same level as the clam soup tureen. So I did leave those on the shelf. And then the shelves were really full. And I know the one manager on the weekends, she usually comes through and, you know, puts things in bins to move them on to another store. So I'm afraid like next week it's going to be pretty bare in here because the shelves are getting super duper crowded. I really like the looks of this owl votive holder, and when I turned it over and took the price tag off, sure enough it had an Otagiri remnant sticker, so I decided to take that. Here were some coasters with the American flag on them. I decided to leave those on the shelf. I thought this plate was interesting, kind of just hanging on for dear life. It was a Yankee Candle plate. So I did put it in that box because I thought that was the safest place for it. Someone will discover it. And here I am just poking around because you never know what you will find. Something wonderful might be hidden under all of this mess. And then the tea bag, Celestial Seasoning, caught my attention, grabbed my attention. And then I saw that they were coasters inside. No tea. But then look at this. This is a slate, painted slate, light switch plate. Goes over your switch plate for your lights. I was talking to someone. That's why there's a lot of cuts there. So I decided to take that with me. And then I thought these were interesting. There's the sticker. And I opened them up to see, I think they were painted glass. The paint had shown a lot of crazing to them. They did have age, but I left those there. And then this reminded me of a really big thing that, you know, when you were little and you'd put the little melty beads in the oven and make the sun catchers by melting it. That's what this reminded me of. And I thought, well, this is kind of cute. But then I realized the one cherry there on the end had a crack in it. So I decided to leave that there. And then on the very bottom shelf here, I found a nativity. They were ceramic, but they were all the same color. Someone had painted them all the same color. I hope someone picks that up soon because there was even a camel in there. It looked like no one had been damaged yet, but in that bag, that's just, you know, damage waiting to happen. So I was hoping someone would pick that up soon. And then I had seen this in the bin when they were restocking, but didn't really look at it. And then Jenny was with me, so I asked her to film me while I opened up the bag to see what kind of bowls.
Sorry. I can't tell if I'm too close to you or not.
Okay, that's fine. I want to make sure they don't feel gross. Oh, this is for your fairness. Is it in focus? Potato chips.
What's the middle one say?
Pretzels. So I'm glad I looked at these bowls again. I didn't realize they were etched. And I have one of these on my front porch. It talks about being a teacher, and it's in very, very good condition. This one was very sweet. I liked it, the little beads on the top there. And then I was wondering what was in this little baggie. Are there more little animal critters? And then I realized they were napkin rings. And I still have napkin rings to list from my trip to Shillington with Jocelyn. And plus I just picked up the goose napkin rings. So I decided to leave the napkin rings there. This is still here. It is a signed piece. I think it's very well done. Not quite sure if I'm going to pick it up if it's there the next time. I thought that was pretty.
They're not so excited.
Proud of themselves. They're like, man, we're graduating. There's more pom-poms. There's more pom-poms.
Yeah,
Take them. You're like so unenthusiastic. These are pretty. Some pretty. One cat short of crazy. That's funny. Jenny, look. I think I might be one dog short of crazy with 4 dogs. And here were a bag of critters. But I was excited about seeing the unicorn, and then I realized, nah, it's just a horse because his horn was broken off. And here I'm trying to give you a clear image, a clear view, there we go, of the shelves. And then this was on the top shelf. This was a giant snowman by Encore. He's in great shape, very, very big, but very, very cool looking. I thought that was really sweet. And then I noticed the glass was still there. And then this was very sweet too, this little chocolate lab. When Jimmy and I were first married, we had a chocolate lab named Tiff. And I'm checking out. I really like how they have a little end section here for pets and dogs and cats and stuff. So I thought this was very sweet. She has very long eyelashes, and you normally don't see Chihuahua things. So I decided to get that. And we both thought this sign was funny. And then this grabbed my attention. It felt kind of like sand art. And I tried to do some research in the store, but nothing came up. So I thought that was different, but not enough to buy. I don't know. Just wasn't feeling it. And then this was very nice. I like to pick up stained glass pieces, but the back was very loose, so I decided to leave that there. And then this reminded me of my mom. I grew up in the San Francisco East Bay, and she was always rooting for the 49ers, no matter who else was playing, it seemed like. And here is my Jenny pushing the cart for me as we finish our trip to this Goodwill. Coming up next is everything else I picked up on this trip. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. And I'll see ya!